a really effective practice for us today. I was encouraged by, especially Cody was throwing the ball down the field, which was a point of emphasis in today's practice. And guys were making plays on the football down the field, which was encouraging. I think Dory had a heck of a catch. Juju had a heck of a catch. Victor Blackwell got behind the defense. So that piece of it was encouraging, that we're able to, protect long enough and stretch the field. For us to be effective offensively, we have to run the ball well, and then our ability through running the football and is our ability to throw it down the field and make you defend all aspects of the field and create one-on-one matchups and let our guys go win. And we're able to do that today. I think defensively, our guys are really starting to tune in and hone in to what we're doing. I think they're starting to become a very cohesive group. And not just the front end, working with the front end, or the back four working as a back four, but really all 11 guys, and we're rotating bodies in there right now. And so I was encouraged with that. And Chris continues just to bomb the ball, punting. He's a weapon for us in that aspect of the game as well. So we've got a lot of quality work done today. And we've got an action-packed next couple of days here to squeeze some stuff in before we get the day off on Sunday.
How critical is that rotation defensively, with the expectation a fast-paced offense will put your defense on the field longer per game?
Well, it's big for us, and that's why we practice it. We won't be surprised by game day by any team or tempo of any team. I don't know if teams can go faster than we go in some of the periods that we do. And we're not afraid to rotate players. We've been doing that, all training camp long. And so we've got quality depth. Some of that depth, we're counting on some young players. And the faster we can get them really comfortable and playing in that environment, I think the better off we'll be. But guys like Olajuwon Tucker, Chen Nwosu, those guys are starting to really come on strong right now, which are going to help us. I think of some other names like a Greg Townsend is really starting to come into his own for us and help us. Michael Hutching. So we've got some good quality players behind our frontline guys. They just don't have a lot of experience, and so our challenge is to get them as much experience as we can, and that's why we play them so much in practice, to get them as comfortable as we can.
And does the fast-paced philosophy affect how you condition compared to other camps you've run in the past?
I'll be shocked if there's a better conditioned team in the country.
The philosophy of a lot of people say you got to run the ball to be able to throw it down the field. You were saying we got to throw it down the field to be able to run the ball. How do you
I think
look at
I
that?
think it goes both ways, Dan. I think there's going to be games when we're gonna emphasize the run early in the game because of the film study and the matchups that we have, and that'll create things down the field. There's going to be other games where, based on the philosophy of a defense, where we might have to throw it down the field or throw the ball to the perimeter to create running lanes for us. So I think every game is going to be unique that way, but that's the challenge for our staff to figure that out. But the beauty of it is I think we've got an offense that's versatile enough that can go either way, and that's why you've seen practices where we've ran the football a bunch. You've seen other practices where we've really tried to stress the passing game, because when you're a good offensive football team, you can do both. In a perfect world, we are a run-first team. We're able to pound the football, play action pass, and throw it down the field, but not every game is exactly how you want it to go. So you have to be prepared to go the other way as well.
What was the strategy with having Toa sit down today?
Just to give him a rest, quite honestly. Toa has been going a lot. He's been going with the ones at guard, and then as soon as we go to the twos, he goes into the center spot. And he's still a freshman. As much as he's been with us since spring, he's still a freshman, and we just felt like, it would be fair to him to give him a day off, to get him back, get him fresh, to really get him ready for the season. And he really, quite honestly, didn't want to take the day off. We had to force it on him, but those are the smart decisions to make. It's a credit to Coach Drebno to see it and to make it happen.
How many wide receivers can you realistically rotate in a game if you play the 80-plus plays that you want to?
For us right now, we're 3 deep at every wide receiver position, and we count in essence that we have 3 wide receiver spots, and so we feel really good about the 9 guys that could go in and play. Is it realistic that all 9 are going to get the same amount of reps? No. We're going to have our frontline guys. Nelson Aguilar is going to play more than probably the rest of the group. But they're all going to contribute. They're all going to have a role. We have a lot of confidence in all of them to go in and play well and do good things. Some of them are better at some things than others. And so we'll focus on trying to put guys in position to do the things that they do well. And so you'll see some of that rotating going on and giving guys some confidence, especially our younger players or inexperienced players. But we feel good about the 9 guys we have, and that's plenty. Believe me, that's plenty for what we're trying to get done.
Early in camp, there was kind of a place kicker battle evolving. Where does that stand right now?
I think Andre's done a really nice job. What we're focusing on right now is we feel good about Connor Sullivan snapping, holding. He's done a fantastic job. Zach is sprained his wrist, so there's been more of an emphasis on Peter, and we're just trying to get Peter comfortable, and where we have confidence in him and he has confidence in himself. And so that's been the real focus for us here the last couple days. But I think Andre's kicking the ball really well for us right now, and we've got a lot of confidence. I think he has a lot of confidence right now as well.
Is there any small thing with Leonard that you notice, Leonard Williams, that you notice that maybe you'd like to see him, get better at or improve on?
It's hard to say. Leonard's motor is so good. The hard part for me as the head coach is when some days we have non-padded practices and maybe it's just helmets. Leonard only knows one way, and that is 100 miles an hour. So there's a critique of mine is maybe don't beat up on the guys so hard when we're not in pads. But Leonard's had a great attitude. I know he was frustrated there for a little bit when he was out with the shoulder, but we just wanted to make sure that thing was healthy and wouldn't linger for him. And he's come back and practiced really well over the last week, and he's in a good frame of mind. I think he's fresh. He looks fresh. He looks confident. Like I said, I'm looking forward to really watching him play. And there's going to be There's going to be games when he's dominant against the run. There'll be games when he can utilize his pass rushing skills, depending on the team that we play and the matchups that we can put him in. We obviously love his versatility. That guy can play multiple spots, and you get him in a good matchup, a favorable matchup, he's going to be tough to stop.
How does that affect the rest of the team, where you have preseason All-American, all the accolades and attention he's getting? He has the highest motor. He's one of the hardest workers.
Well, I think one, it sends a great message that it doesn't matter who you are or what people think about you. It's what you think about yourself and how you perceive yourself. And we're on a big kick right now of you're one of two things: you're an overachiever or you're an underachiever. And the goal is that as a team, we're an overachieving football team, and for that to hold true, we have to have overachieving individuals. And I think Leonard exemplifies that. For all the talent that he has physically, he works as hard or harder than anybody on our practice field. And that sends a great message to the guys that, man, he's working to overachieve. He's working to play beyond even what his talent says he should play. And I think for our younger players, it sends a great message.
Thanks, guys.